सरकार की महत्वाकांक्षी योजना आयुष्मान भारत गरीबों के स्वास्थ्य कल्याण के लिए अब तक की सबसे बड़ी सरकारी योजना है, जिसका फायदा 5 करोड़ परिवारों को मिलेगा। स्वास्थ्य की इसी मुहिम में आईटीवी नेटवर्क भी सरकार के साथ कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर लोगों को जागरूक करने में लगा हुआ है। इसीलिए आईटीवी नेटवर्क ने हेल्थ कॉन्क्लेव का आयोजन किया। हेल्थ हीरो मतलब कि डॉक्टरों को सम्मानित किया गया इस कॉन्क्लेव के दौरान, और आयुष्मान भारत से आने वाले बड़े बदलाव पर बड़ी चर्चा भी की गई।
हेल्थ केयर सर्विस भारत में सबसे बड़े सेवा क्षेत्रों में से एक है। सेहत संबंधी नीतिगत फैसले और उनसे जुड़े मुद्दों पर चर्चा करने के लिए आईटीवी नेटवर्क ने 2019 के सबसे बड़े स्वास्थ्य सम्मेलन का आयोजन किया। मोदी सरकार के लिए हमेशा से ही स्वास्थ्य सबसे बड़ी प्राथमिकता रही है। इसका सबसे बड़ा उदाहरण है आयुष्मान भारत योजना, जो पूरी दुनिया में भारत सरकार की ओर से चलाई जा रही सबसे बड़ी गवर्नमेंट फंडेड हेल्थ स्कीम है। इसके जरिए लगभग 50 करोड़ लोगों को फायदा मिल रहा है। लेकिन इस योजना की जमीनी हकीकत क्या है, आइए जानते हैं।
So Ayushman Bharat, as you have rightly said, is one of the largest, rather the largest health scheme, health insurance scheme in the world. You can have a glimpse of the enormity of the scheme, that the total people that we are going to cover under this scheme eventually is more than the population of the whole continent of America.
Yes.
So it is going to be a challenging task. We have taken some baby steps towards its implementation, and the journey so far has been good. We have been able to issue more than 25 lakh cards till now.
You know, as far as the financing is concerned, critics have raised question on that. Would you say, is that something of concern or not?
Well, it was said by Honorable Finance Minister, and rather the country was assured that there will be no financial setbacks to the scheme. Funds will be available and funds are identified, funds are released. The last stage of the funds reaching to the spending point, that's the hospitals, might have some technical work to be done before the funds are released to the unit which is treating the patient, like in our case RML Hospital. It depends between the center and the state how to streamline and smoothen the transfer of funds. There is no dearth of funds, there is no shortage of funds, and I thank your channel to bring this very important scheme of the Government of India for discussion, and so that more and more people will know about this scheme, because the knowledge about this scheme is less even in our community as doctors.
Sir, you know, when we speak of center and state, of course there's been a little bit of politicking as well, but politics aside, at least would you say that this is a scheme which has its heart in place, and at least for the first time, healthcare is really in the center stage? We're discussing healthcare. I mean, India is a country where we were spending less than 1% of the GDP as far as healthcare is concerned. At least Ayushman Bharat has brought that topic to the center stage. Would you agree with that?
I fully agree. First of all, the government is also to be congratulated, and today you have taken up in the channel and in this August audience where the views can be exchanged. It is very important for India that health is to be brought in the forefront, and that has been done. Now everybody is talking about Ayushman Bharat, Modi Care. Nobody was talking about health at that scale.
At that scale, yes.
At that scale. And it is also to be shared that our GDP spending on health had been only 1.5%. We have increased over so many years or decade only 0.2%, and the priority areas were not there, which we have now felt. Additional budget allocations, everything is coming.
गरीब तबके तक पहुंचने से लेकर भारत में बदलती चिकित्सा व्यवस्था। चिकित्सा प्रौद्योगिकी के लिए बाजार वैसे तो छोटा है, लेकिन लगातार विस्तार कर रहा है। हमारे अगले भाग में हम ये देख सकते हैं कि हम पर्याप्त चिकित्सा प्रौद्योगिकी को हर किसी तक पहुंचाने के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं।
I'm a child nephrologist, So we deal with kids with kidney problems. So when I started my practice, initially people used to ask, do kids also have kidney problems? So definitely the answer is yes. And nowadays we are able to pick up these problems right from the time the child is in the mother's womb. Because ultrasounds are going on. Mandatory 3 ultrasounds are definitely being done in an antenatal period, which picks up kidney problems as well. So there have been ladies coming to us who are already pregnant and asking us, okay, my child has been diagnosed to have a kidney problem, there is some swelling in the kidney, how to take it forward. So we have been monitoring them right from the time the child is in the womb and make sure the plans are such that once the child is born, the child is immediately taken care of. Because in a newborn, if you take care of the kidney at the right time, definitely you have much better prognosis. Like if an adult comes with kidney failure, there are 20% chance that he may actually come out of it compared to and child, where there is 80% child, 30% chances that he comes out of the kidney failure.
Sir, some time ago, of course, bypass surgery was considered the gold standard when we spoke of course, cardiovascular issues. But advanced technology to support heart transplant is something, which you excel in. Just tell us a little more about that and about the advent of technology in that front.
I think, I'm sure everyone sitting here knows that India is the capital of heart disease and diabetes.
Yes.
It is unfortunate, but that's a fact. The commonest operation, like you mentioned, is the bypass, the coronary artery bypass surgery. When I started practicing about more than 30 years back, coronary artery bypass surgery for a common man was something very major operation. Even for the doctor, it was very major. Today, it's a very routine operation, like a gallbladder, like a hernia operation. And the mortality or the risk, which used to be about 10 to 15%, some 30 years back is now about 1%, or in fact less than 1%. The most challenging area as of today, not only in India but world over, is the heart failure. And heart failure occurs because the patient either gets multiple heart attacks, the heart function decreases, or because of many other conditions, gradually the heart capacity decreases and patient goes to heart failure. And heart failure today is the commonest cause of admission even in the United States. And there are only 2 treatments that are available for this therapy for this condition. One is the transplant, and second are some artificial devices which you call as ventricular assist devices.
चिकित्सा क्षेत्र में अहम योगदान देने वाली तमाम हस्तियों को पुरस्कृत किए जाने के साथ ही इस शानदार शाम का इख्तिताम हुआ माननीय स्वास्थ्य मंत्री की विशेष बातचीत के साथ।
First category, Gem of Indian Healthcare, and the award goes to Dr. Z.S. Meherwal, Dr. Mohsin Wali and Dr. Rajiv Parekh. Now, Lifetime Achievement Award, and the award goes to Dr. Randeep Guleria. And the next award, a pioneer in interventional cardiology, and the award goes to Dr. Ashok Seth. The next award goes to excellence in treatment of tuberculosis, and the award goes to Dr. Rohit Sarin. The next category of awards is excellence in healthcare. In child nephrology, the award goes to Dr. Kanav Anand. Dr. Harsh Mahajan is Padma Shri founder and chief radiologist, Mahajan Imaging. And Dr. Abhijit Chaudhary is a liver transplant specialist in JP Hospital in Noida. On to our next award now, Best Cancer Hospital, and the award goes to Action Cancer Hospital. And to take the award, we have Shri N.K. Agarwal, Vice Chairman, with us. We also have Ms. Shalu Agarwal, one of the board members of Action Care Hospital. The next award goes to Excellence in Gynecology, and the award is for Dr. Bhitika Bhattacharya. The next category of award is Excellence in Nephrology, and the award goes to Dr. Sri Ram Kabra. The next category of award is Excellence in Surgery, and the award goes to Dr. Prabal Roy. And the next category of award is Safe Painkiller Brand, and the award goes to Diclofenac, India's #1 analgesic pain relief medicine. And the next award is in the category of Excellence in Social Healthcare, and the award goes to Dr. Deepak Singla. And on to our next category now, which is Excellence in Pharmaceutical, and the award goes to Orison Pharmaceuticals. We have Mr. Rakesh Goyal, founder and director of Orison Pharma, here to take the award. And the next category of award is in Excellence in Orthopedic Spine Surgery and Joint Replacement, and the award goes to Dr. Gurinder Bedi. And the next category of awards is in the Excellence in Orthopedic Rehabilitation and Pain Management, and the award goes to Accent Meditech Limited. We have Mr. Suraj Kant Chaturvedi. He is the Zonal Sales Manager of Accent Meditech Limited. Next category of awards is in Excellence in Cardiology, and the award goes to Dr. Mohit Gupta and Professor Vinay Behel. Alright, on to the next category of awards, which is Excellence in Ophthalmology, and the award goes to Dr. Mahipal Sachdev. The next category of awards is in Excellence in Ayurvedic Treatment, and the award goes to Dr. Mukesh Chaza. Next category of awards, which is in Excellence in Neurology, and the award goes to Dr. Siddharth Maheshwari. The next category of awards is in Excellence in Medical Education, and the award goes to Dr. Rajiv Sood. The next award is in Excellence in Physiotherapy, and the award goes to Dr. Pooja Sethi. The Young Leader Award in Healthcare, and the award goes to Rahul Kumar Darda. He is the Chairman and Managing Director of Winton Pharmaceuticals.
So thanks a lot, and it's great to have you here, and we've been discussing Ayushman Bharat through the course of the first session, and compliments first. 6 lakh people, I think that totally missed the newsreel. Wow, 6,000 people a day are actually benefiting from this scheme. How's it going, sir? Would you call that a first step towards success?
Certainly, as far as it's a program, and which is catering to 55 crore people of the country. It is digital, it is paperless, it is cashless, and it is portable. So, first challenge was how to make it digitally successful, and it has been very successful. In 100 days, we have crossed more than 6 lakh patients, and our billing has been done to the tune of 650 crores. So that itself shows that the number of patients, the beneficiaries, and the process of billing and the facility being given to the patients in short span of time shows the success of the program. We are trying our level best to stabilize this program and see that it gives more dividends. All right. And it gives the best treatment to the marginalized section of the society, the deprived people who need most the health facility.
So you spoke of 55 crore people getting the benefit of this. How does the private industry get involved, and are they an intrinsic part of it, and how do you see them being able to help you deliver this program?
I would like to initiate here that in 2017 we came out with a health policy where we, out of a lot of deliberations, came with a very determined effort to spell out that we will go for a strategic engagement of the private sector. Because 65% of the healthcare is also being taken care by the private sector. Now how do we go forward? We wanted them to be brought into the system. We had discussions with them, and now I'm happy to share with you that more than 40,000 applications are there, and 16,000 private hospitals have been empaneled, and most of the patients are willing to go there and take the benefit of it. So this is how we have engaged the private sector, and we are very clear about it that the best facilities should be given to the marginal section of the society, and private sector should help
amplify this concept and make it go down to the last person in the line.
You see, I will need your help in the sense, it's a world's largest health coverage scheme, and it is very robust. Even on international platforms, people have appreciated it. When I talk to them and I say that 500 million people are going to be benefited out of it, this number itself puzzles them. And it is a very robust system which we have developed. Digitally, it's also very sound, and it is helping the poor people. So what I would suggest is that you should have programs, panel discussion. You can have other type of programs to popularize this Ayushman Bharat to the maximum, and I need your support for that.
We will certainly do our best across that, sir. But are you hoping then that if more patients come forward and more demands are made in terms of claims, that your budget will increase and maybe the union budget will provide for that?
Yes, certainly. We are committed for it. We are committed for it. That is what we want to see. It's a paradigm shift in the health sector. Now we are trying to give the benefit. Generally what happened? The hospital facility was being availed by the higher section of the society. The disease burden was 30 to 40%. And the hospitalization was 80 to 70%. And the disease burden of the lower section of the society was 80 to 70%. And the hospitalization was 30 to 20%. We want to bring a change, and we want to shift this, that means that the poor section of the society was not able to go to the hospital because the charges were so high that he was not able to pay for it. They were the marginal section of the society. कहते थे भगवान की यही मर्जी है और कुछ दवाई खा करके जीवन जितना चल जाए. So we have tried to improve their quality of life, and Prime Minister Modi ji thought about this marginal section of the society, and we wanted them to come into the mainstream, take the advantage of it, and this is sort of
wiggle room in terms of the budgetary allocation?
Certainly, whatever is demanded, that will be provided.
Is there a magic number?
That is the commitment of the union government, and we'll fulfill.
So what's the magic figure that would really make this entitlement?
The way it's going on, I think 1,000 crore rupees per month will come to the, as far as the patient enrollment is concerned, and the patient's enrollment and the hospitalization is going on. I think that it will stabilize around 1,000 crore to 1,200 crores per month, and accordingly.
When we talk about reform, progress, vikas, development, how much it is about coming up with ideas like this, paradigm shifts? How much of it is about actually leadership?
Of course, it's a question of leadership. Health was an area which was ignored for years and decades together. And that is why we could not get the results which we wanted to have the results. I'll tell you, when I first went and addressed as a representative of India in World Health Assembly in 2014, we were one of the states, we were one of the countries like many countries. But today when I go on that platform, the Director General of World Health Organization, the top officials, they say that India should come forward and they should tell about their successful schemes like Ayushman Bharat, and this is how now India is being taken very seriously, and because it has taken a leap in the health sector, on the world scenario, in the world scenario also, it is being taken as a leader now.
सेहत से जुड़ी तमाम दिलचस्प बातचीत के साथ इस खूबसूरत शाम का समापन हुआ।